practiced by CN8 in conjunction with the International Candlepin Bowling Association. Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome back inside the Woburn Bowlerdrome. John Holt with Dan Murphy and Trina Fernandez. And after a run of youth bowling, we're back to the adults, and that means the reigning champ, Jeff Surette.
And that's right. And he's got a run himself going with winning 4 in a row and getting to that elusive group with the Det Kleins and the Craig Holbrooks and the John Zappies for a number of wins on the show. Be interesting to see if we can make it 5.
We'll speak with Jeff in just a moment, but first standing by, 2 very worthy challengers with Trina. Hi, Trina.
Hi, John, and Happy New Year, everybody. Today we have Glenn Gill and Skip Easterbrooks as our challengers. And Glenn, first time on the show, but you know Skip pretty well, so what are you expecting in this string?
You know, Skip and I both Thursdays. He's a good bowler, and, you know, 1 box at a time. We'll see what happens.
1 box at a time.
That's it.
You a little nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, first mark will get that out of the way pretty quick.
Just ignore the lights and you'll be all fine. And Skip, last time you were here, you did not wear your lucky pin.
No.
McKenzie got on you, so you ready today?
Yes, I am. I brought the pin, and I just hope I can just stay with the young guy here. We'll see what happens.
It's all about the lucky pin.
That it is.
All right, well, I'll be rooting for you, both of you guys. Back over to you, John.
Okay, Trina, thank you. Standing by with Jeff back on the show here in the new year, but same old Jeff Surette, right? More good bowling ahead?
I hope so, yeah. Yeah, put up another, 300 or so.
Oh, just a 300 or so.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, good luck today.
Thanks.
We're back with the Challengers match right after this. The Candlepin Challenge. We are ready for the Challengers match. Skip Easterbrooks, one of the more colorful bowlers we have on the show, all set to go against the newcomer, Glenn Gill. Think Skip enjoys life or what?
He does. He does.
Glenn from Waltham.
Big crowd here today for the opening match, too.
He'll pull it to the left. Drop just a single pin.
Takes out just a 4-pin. A few butterflies, I'm sure, until he gets that first mark. Remember, it's Challengers match, 1 game. Rock that 3-pin off the spot. Still looking at the 3, 5, 8, and 9.
It's a 7 to start for Glenn. Over to lane 36. The winner advances to take on Jeff Surette, who is shooting for his 5th consecutive week as champion.
Again, pulls the ball to the left, having a tough time finding that head pin.
Cluster of 4 plus the 7 and the 8 in the back row.
A little better.
Gets 1 more pin. 7 and a 9. Total of 16 for Glenn Gill. And Skip Easterbrooks stepping in for his first box. Skip from Plainville, Mass. Drop 7.
Looking at the 1, the 3, and the 10. 3-pin kind of rocked itself up next to that head pin. Looks pretty good. And there's our first mark of the match. The veteran Skip Easterbrooks.
He'll fill it here in box 2.
Little heavy on the head pin. Wanted that 4-pin to clear out of there. The 4 with a piece of wood, 6-10 on the right. Probably going to try to snap that wood in front of the 4 and have somebody come off and walk across for the 6-10.
Good try, but he'll be open here in the 2nd. Nine box to match that from Glenn in the 2nd frame. Gets Skip to 26. Here's the early 10-pin advantage.
Yeah, we'll get to
It's an 8.
And we just had a correction in the score. That was an 8-box for Skip. That ball left the lane, so he took a pin out that didn't count. So
Skip being honest about that. We'll make it an 8 instead, a 9-pin advantage.
Glenn finally gets that head pin, but 2 flush. Pushes out the 1, 5, and 9. Spread eagle plus that 8-pin in the back row. A little muscle memory there that he didn't want. Right through the middle.
Six box. Needs to break through for that first mark, gain some confidence.
Four horsemen, and finally the head pin goes down. 3, 6, 10. First legitimate spare leave for Glenn, and confidence-wise, he really needs this one. Too far left. All right, 6-10 left for Glenn, and just an 8.
Want to let you know this is the final time you'll see the Candlepin Challenge on CN8. The show is moving to Comcast Sportsnet starting next week. You can check your cable listings. Comcast Sportsnet, same station that broadcasts Boston Celtics games, a new home of the Candlepin Challenge.
I mentioned the first time for Glenn Gill, a rookie, or Skip's been with us 9 different occasions, 3 wins and 6 losses on the show. Going back to last year, he defeated John Kafalis 110-135, only to meet Jeff Surette. Jeff Surette throwing the 302, qualifying for the championship show, and Skip was 234. And then met Jason Doucette, lost to 118-112, and then to Steve Vadney, 132-110. So he goes back to 05, though. He's been with us a number of times.
Puts up a 9 in the third box. He's to 34. That's a 12-pin advantage through 3 complete. Seven-pin drop, make it 8. Leaves the 1-3.
Good break by missing the head pin. Missing it to the right. So both bowlers having their opportunities. And I dare say, if you have these opportunities, whoever wins this match against Jeff, you better not let those opportunities go by the board. He has been hot.
Gets all 10 up to 44, and he's ahead by 14. So Glenn Gill, despite 4 boxes that he can't be too pleased with, still has a chance of coming up on the turn there in box 5, down just 14.
He needs something good to happen quickly. 6 boxes remaining. All right, he's got the crowd behind him. Leaves himself to 5, 8, 9. Triangle in the back.
The 5 and the 9 remain. Two 8s in a row, up to 38. 38.5 for Glenn Gill. Nine of them go.
All right, the 5-pin. All by itself. Must look like a pencil to him right now. Really needing a mark. Got it.
That'll help the confidence.
A lot of times, you know, a person's struggling like this and you don't put him away early. Let him hang around, and all of a sudden he gets a little confidence. It's like the mark in the 6th, throws a big film, he's right back in the match. Missing the target to the right. 1, 2, 8, and then the 6-10 on the right. Leading by 14 pins through 4 boxes. Wow, a hop, skip, and a spare on that one for Skip Easterbrooks. There's his wife, Tina.
Married for 20 years. His second mark, both spares, and the first. Now they're in the 5th.
Okay, mistake there on the spare, just the half-whister right. Gives him an 18-pin advantage through 5 frames completed.
It's the 5, 7, 8 remaining. Wood out in front.
So 20 pins in those 2 boxes. Really, the spare didn't help him at all.
It's Phil, a big one for Glenn.
16 pins. Wants to get into the deficit into the single numbers, and it just takes 1 mark. Huge ball for Glenn Gill. Ooh, it looked like he was going through the middle for a spread eagle. 4-7-2 came tumbling down, 7 on the spare, and a legitimate spare leave in the 3, 6, 10. Don't like the wood in between the 3 and the 6, though. Hold it left. That's why I was worried about that piece of wood. Left the 10-pin, but the deficit is 9 now through 6 boxes.
There's a crucial 8th box. You would love a mark.
Boy, it's going to be a good one, John. The 1 and the 8. How do you do that?
Doesn't seem physically possible.
What he doesn't want is the bad frame. He wants to get 8, 9. I think a 10 is a little bit to ask for, but certainly 8 or 9. Keep himself in the match. 9.
73 through 8 for Glenn. He's got to hope that Skip doesn't mark here over the next 2.
Say Skip is 1 mark away from winning this match.
Made the 3 slide. He's got the 3, 6, 10, 4, 7 left.
Piece of wood next to the 3-pin. Could slide that across the way into the 4 and 7.
Doesn't get over enough, so the 4, 7 remain. He's open here in the 7th.
Can gain 1 and count. Push the lead to 10 pins with 3 boxes remaining for him and 2 for Glenn.
Matches the 9 from Glenn, so it stays at a 9-pin advantage, 73 to 64. Opposite another 9 here, box 8 is Skip.
The wood might be a little deep. The ball could carry him off that. Red line maybe. Ball take the 10-pin. Wood take the 5. Yes.
Gets the 5 and 10.
Huge mark in the 8th. It pushes the lead to 10 pins plus that fill coming on that spare in the 8th. So Glenn needs 2 marks. Needs 2 marks, and they got to be pretty big marks.
They keep going. Total of 8.
Wood stays right there. He's got a shot. Red line or below. Ball takes that 3-pin. The wood takes the 7. Still alive in the ninth, spare in the ninth. Can't make a mistake on the fill, though. Here you see the replay. Very nicely done.
At a fill of 7 on his previous mark.
Oh, just 2.
Last chance, needs to knock them all down. Have any hope? Same spot. That's happened a couple times. Five in the final frame for Glenn Gill. Gets him to 90. That's 28 below his average, so perhaps some first show butterflies for Glenn.
It sets up the veteran Skip Easterbrooks against our reigning champ Jeff Surette, looking for 5 wins in a row.
Skip looking to finish strong here in the challengers round. Goes strike on spare.
Chance for a $50 bonus. 3 in a row.
Last ball coming up. Is it 115 plus this ball? One more. Gets him 7 in the 10th box. 116 to 90. He wins by 26 over newcomer Glenn Gill, and Skip is on to meet Jeff Surette in the championship match. That starts next on CN8. Back at the Bowlerdrome on CN8 for our championship match. Jeff Surette and Skip Easterbrooks. Skip still very relaxed as he takes on the guy that many consider the best Candlepin bowler on the planet, Jeff Surette.
Probably get an argument from somebody, but not too many. Just to give you an idea, he's, what is he, 24? Something like 23, 24. He's been on 33 different times on our show. He is 26-7. Qualified for the final show 4 different occasions.
And won 3 of those
and
times.
won 3 of those. And don't tell anyone, but he'll be here in June again because of that 334, a record 2-game total.
Four pins left up for Jeff here in his second box.
Play the wood out. Too. Yeah, going to play the wood out in front of that 2. You need some help in the 7 and 10. Got the 10.
7 remains. Jeff joining us from Drake at Mass. 10 and a 9, so he's open in the first 2. 19. Skip a winner in the challengers match over Glenn Gill, 116 to 90.
What's really amazing too about that 334 is that when he threw the 182, he had a double strike and then dropped 9. Could have had a triple there. I'm looking at a 200 game rather than the 182. Pinfalls here, pinfalls there. So some remarkable bowling by Jeff Surette.
He is the only bowler this season hit the triple strike too. So right now all $1,000 owned by Jeff.
That's right.
And you'll see his demeanor, very calm, very poised, and well, cracking a smile, but doesn't get too high or low.
He's got the right attitude. You know, he knows he'll lose once in a while, but he'll win more times than not. And doesn't bother him. Just keeps trying to do what he does on the lanes.
Big traffic jam in front of the 1-7. Can he convert it? Yes.
So he draws first blood against our champ, Jeff Surette. Skip with a mark in the second. Nicely done. Off the head pin. Ball takes out the 7.
Jeff leaving a cluster of 4. Very close to each other as they 2 of the pins slide over.
And walk that 5 pin right into the 4 and the 2 pin. So you got the 2, 4, 5, and 8.
His first mark, spare in box 3.
You know, it's almost like you don't want to get a mark against him. You don't want to wake him up. You know, just maybe you can sneak the score in there.
Now the fill.
A little heavy on the head pin. Drops 6. Gives him 35. 2, 7, 6, and 10. I'm going to try to cut the 2 pin over.
.44 through 4 for Jeff Surette. 4 weeks in a row as champ. We took a little break for the youth bowlers. Back to the adults this week as Jeff shoots for a 5th win in a row. Skip's fill. It's a good one. 8.
Leaves the 4, 7. Not a good piece of wood out in front. Angle would lead me to believe the wood is going to the right. The ball is going to go left. Not much you could do with that one. Make it 9, and a 2-pin advantage through 3 frames for our challenger. It's one of Skip's daughters in the front row. They're all growing up before our eyes, John. He wants that 7-pin to go. Let's see where the wood settles down on the 3, 6. Looks like he has the angle of the ball carrying off the wood into the 7-pin. He's worried about it flying up and over the 7. Oh, the ball comes back and takes out the 6 as well.
Backdoor spare for Skip.
Let's see what happens here. The wood goes by the 6-pin. Here comes the ball.
Jeff drops a half dozen. Leaves the 2, 4, and 6, 10. Wood resting against the 2.
Oh, what a shot. I didn't think that wood was going to help him at all. He came up high in the wood. Was able to keep the ball in play as well. His second mark, both spares. Wow. And our strike, and that was a quick one.
Just when Skip starts to think, oh, I got a mark, I got a little daylight, Jeff answers, and then answered a second time. And now with 2 in a row, 3 marks over the last 4.
Oh, boy. Leaves the ball out to the right, takes out just the 3-pin for just the 1 on a spare. Could come at a worse time when he's looking at a spare strike by Jeff Surette.
Five remain. Seven box. Skip not happy with that at all.
Oh my God, he's went from 4 pins ahead to 9 pins behind, and he's still facing a strike already posted by Jeff Surette at the 6th frame.
Dropped 7 with 1 ball here in the 6th.
And again, not a good piece of wood, kind of blocking his shot.
The 2, the 5, and the 8.
I don't think maybe he can get by the piece of wood. If not, he's going to have to come up high in the wood, turn it, and drive it back. Not an easy task. Pretty good effort.
Picks up the single pin to get to 65 through 6. When we come back, Jeff Surette will go over some bonus money. 3 marks in a row. That's next on the Candlepin Challenge. As our championship match continues.
Recently, Jeff Surette, good teams follow him around too. They have the World Team Championships between USA and Canada, and there's the winning trophy. It's finally back in the USA after a long stint up in Canada. Canada has kind of dominated the last few years. And but listen to the lineup of the teams. Not only Jeff Surette, John Zappi, Craig Holbrook, Bob Whitcomb, Mike Kushia, Billy Travers, former baseball player, professional baseball player, Jimmy Powers, Rich Bogdano, John Lang. From Maria Subs is their sponsor.
Out of Situate, what a all-star cast that is. Wrestling away the trophy from Canada, and that event up in Bangor in November.
It's too bad we can't be water boys or something on that team, John. Us, you know.
Jeff looking for 3 marks in a row. Will need to convert the spare right here. Be a tough one.
Wow, that's a rarity. 4 on a strike for anybody, let alone Jeff Surette.
Total of 7. You know, storyline in that final match at the World Team Championship, it was two U.S. teams.
That's correct. Yeah. And a couple on that other team, Mike Morgan and Chris Sargent. I don't know the other players, but that was a formidable opponent in the finals as well. They bowl all week long. It's a grueling week. That's why they have so many people on the team. I mean, I wouldn't need a rest, I'm sure. Maybe a little oxygen, but I don't know. That's a 9 box. It just clipped the wood in the channel there before it hit this 10 pin.
And from what I'm told about the format, it's interesting in that bowlers can be substituted in and out within a
game.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. You're not doing it, John. You're out of there. I'm in there.
Get the hook.
That's right.
Call from the bullpen.
That's right. We'll go to the lefty. Wants that 4-pin to go.
Well, he caught a break with the way Jeff responded.
I was just going to say that. And things are going along pretty good for Jeff and not so good for Skip. And all of a sudden, just a 4 on the strike in a 7 box. Skip comes back with a mark in the 7th.
How are you?
Skip's fill here, box 8. Creeping back into this one. Drop 7.
That's the good news, but leaves himself the 4-7 in the left-hand corner with the 5-pin and a piece of wood. Sometime I guess you probably have to play the 5 in the wood, and hopefully the pin will come off the right sidewall. No, not quite. Climbs back to within 3 though. Can make it 2 if he clears out the 4-7. Make it 9. Still the 3 pins.
There is a scheduling change and a network change for the show we want to make you aware of. Starting next week, you will not see the show on CN8. It'll be on Comcast Sportsnet on your cable system. Big strike for Jeff. That is the station that carries Boston Celtics games. So we will see you on Comcast Sportsnet starting next weekend.
Good news for the Candlepin industry. You'll be able to see this across the country, but it'll be saturated throughout New England now on all cable systems. Great news. Dropping of 8 for Jeff, 7-8 left. Let's see where the wood settles down.
Shooting for his 5th mark in this opening game.
Gee, I don't know if he could play the wood in front of the 7 and have the ball take out the 8, or have to play that double piece of wood out front, which no guarantee how that's going to react. That's what he's doing, and I don't know if the ball caught that on the way by. He finds a way. Spear on strike. Yes, the ball did come back and just knocked down that 8-pin. 124 plus a bonus ball, and if he would throw a strike, we'll give him $50 in bonus money.
Adds 8 to the total. 132. Decent game 1 score. More than decent for Jeff Surette. So it is 1 pin below his average, believe it or not, at 133. How many people can say that? Big answer from Skip in the 9th.
Trying to hang close. 101 plus bonus balls coming in the 9th, and let's see his reaction to that strike.
Little
little reaction there. I think his wife reacted a little stronger than he did. Well, he's going to have a chance to go spare on strike. 1, the 3, and the 6. Yes! Dances off the wall for that 6-pin. 111, 121 in the 10th plus the ball. A little helicopter action there on the 6-pin.
He can get to within 1. He takes all 10 out.
Right, and he'll earn himself $50 with 3 marks in a row. He throws a strike. We got a close one, folks.
Good Candlepin bowling, 132-129. We are back with the strike challenge. Michael Gill to step in, brother of Glenn Gill. That's next.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. It's time for the strike challenge, and today we have a very exciting challenger. It's Michael Gill. Michael, where are you from?
I'm from Newton.
Newton, okay, and your brother bowled earlier, correct?
Yes, he did. I wish he was still bowling and I was just a sideshow, but oh well.
Well, hopefully you have better luck. $300 on the line. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, Michael Gill bowling for $300. Needs to get a strike to get that done. Otherwise, he'll go for $50 with a spare.
Still falling. Oh.
Can he get these two for $50? The crowd certainly behind him. $1 a pin instead, so he's at 9. Can he get to an even 10? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Michael Gill, and our strike challenge jackpot will grow. That will stay with us as we make the switch over to Comcast Sportsnet beginning next weekend. Skip Easterbrooks down just 3 to the reigning champ Jeff Surette as the challenger goes first in game 2.
Through the middle. Full on the head pin. 2, 4, 7 on the left. 3, 6, and a 9 pin in the back row. On the right.
Eight in the opening box of the second game.
Solid 9 pin, nothing touched the 5 pin, and that remains.
first mark of game 2 for Skip.
Jeff Surette leading by 3. He's opposite an 8 and then the spare. He too goes through the middle. Spread eagle plus the 9 pin in the back row.
Jeff at the moment with the top two-game totals so far this season. The impressive 334 to go along with a 302. Gains 1 and count in that first box. Now opposite the spare.
Boy, dropped 8 and a pin rocketed through between the 4 and the 7. Matching spares in the second.
Not giving an inch every time Skip kind of takes the lead or threatens to take the lead with a mark, and Jeff has an answer.
And most people know we tape several shows in a day, and we have some other opponents for next week, and I can't help but think some of them are rooting for Skip.
They don't want any part of
no,
Jeff.
No. He's on a roll. Somebody knock him off. I don't want to be the one. That's a 6 fill on the spare. Trying to make it 2 in a row. A little light. Got the head pin in the 6, but left the 310.
Up to 32 through 3.
Sure, he wants to string the marks together, but if nothing else, he would want to put one up, at least one mark, each time he gets up for his 2 frames. Keeps a little bit of pressure on the champ. And that's a mark. That's a big strike in the 4. Skip refuses to go away. Big strike.
There you see it. Average of 133. If Bull Candlepin.
Oh boy.
Can appreciate.
Slid that pin right over. The 2 pin is blocking the 4.
To finish my thought, if you bowl Candlepin yourself, you can certainly appreciate what a 133 average means.
Yes,
it's
absolutely
remarkable.
First or left. So unless he can convert this, I would dare say that Skip Easterbrooks is going to take over the lead in the match.
Jeff has hit a small speed bump. Couple in a row open, and the opportunity is there for Skip to apply some pressure with this fill situation following that strike in the 4th.
Of course, we always work on the strike. There's the chance of throwing another one, and that would change the complexion of this match tremendously. Off target, but not a bad break by missing the head pin. The 1, 3, and the 9. Trying to go spare on strike is our challenger. This would be huge.
Skipped it and got nothing.
Gives him the lead by a pin, though, in the match.
8 there in box 5. 5 frames remaining. Second and final game for Skip here.
So far as he's followed my advice and put at least 1 mark up in each of the 2 boxes, and then 36 has been good to him. And it's still good.
That continues.
3 marks in the second game, all coming on lane 36. And you see a replay. No doubt about those strikes either.
Can Jeff Surette respond?
Trips out to 10, leaves himself the 2 and the 4. And let's see, the wood's going to settle down. It just touched the 2 pin. But now it's rolled out in front. Tough call. He saw the pin hit the 2 pin. Is he going to go at the 2, or is he going to play it really high? So he went right down the middle on the red line. Result is a spare. That's what he wanted. Now he's facing the strike.
Fill of 8.
Now 8. The 3 and the 4. Sounds a lot better than it is. A lot of distance between the 3 and the 4 pins. Not that much distance, though. Oh,
tremendous.
My.
That's why he is one of the best, if not the best. Check it out again.
Look at that. Unbelievable.
Shaping up as a great finish. Final 4 boxes of the championship match when we come back on CNA. For the final 4 frames, Skip Easterbrooks challenging Jeff Surette's reign as champ. But Jeff has just come alive with back-to-back marks. Now it's Skip here in the 7th, coming off that strike in the 6th. These next 2 balls are just huge.
Again, I know he's thinking double strike, but he's missed the head pin on both times. Has a trouble on lane 35 for some reason, pulling the ball left. 4 horsemen right, 1, 3, 6, 10, trying to go spare on strike.
Punched out just the 3.
7 fill and another strike. Normally you would say, hey, that's a pretty good fill, but against Jeff Surette, you want spare on strike.
Total of 9.
He's going over to his lane 36. The 2nd frame spare, 4th frame strike, 6th frame strike. Let's see what he does in the 8th. Another strike! Another strike in lane 36!
He owns 36. He's going to stay over there the rest of the way. How about the reaction this time? Oh, yes. Jeff dropped 7.
Oh, he buried that ball in the 1-3, too. And he leaves himself the 4. I'm sorry, the 4. And take a look at that wood and see if it's out. So it's fine.
It's in play.
In play. So he's looking at the 4, the 8, and the 10, and all kinds of wood. He's going to walk up to the foul line, take a real good look at this. Does he take the one that's far left, or does he take the one in the middle? Has to take one of those 2 pieces of wood, and then he's going to have some help. He's got it! Tremendous shots! Oh, my!
Putting on a clinic the last couple frames.
He took both pieces, took out the 10 pin and the 8, and then backdoor on the 4.
And that is a fill of 8.
That's a $50 shot. I wish we could give him more for that.
3 in a row, 3 marks in a row.
Let's see what the Wizard can do with this. The 5 and the 10.
That was almost like a trick shot on that conversion. Jeff opened in the 8th to stop that run of marks. So this fill situation is just paramount for Skip.
If Jeff can hold on to this lead, you're going to go back and look at those 2 terrific spares that he converted. But right now, Skip's trying to solve lane 35, working on another strike. Got the head pin this time, but full.
That cut the overall deficit to 13 through plus this next ball coming up.
3, 6, 10 on the right, plus the 2 and the 4, but piece of wood in between. I think I'd probably play the 2-4 and have that wood twist in between the 6 and 3 and 6. Now he's going the other side. It's another 7 fill on a strike. And an 8.
So heading into this 10th frame, the lead is at 3 for Jeff. He's got the 2 boxes to go.
Right, that's including that 8 box that was just rolled by Skip. Go back to the boxes completed, so I think it's 11. One, 2, 7, 10, a must mark for Skip to have any chance.
Had a valiant effort.
He just wouldn't go away. I tell you, he'd been really tough. We could let him ball on 36 all day long.
Skip finishing with a skip to pick up the 10 box. 118 in this game 2. 247 total. So Jeff will surpass that with 8 more pins over the final 2. Right now he's in a tie, so the next pin that goes down makes it official.
Skip Easterbrooks had 9 marks in this championship round. 6 of them came on lane 36. Why that happens, you don't know. Ball is a little more comfortable in that lane. The speed and everything, the angle he's attacking the pins all come into play and all fell into place for Skip. But it's going to be 5 in a row for Jeff Surette.
Three, 6, 10 remain. Jeff's had 4 marks in this game. All spares make it 5 all spares. Final ball coming up to make it official. And what a way to end the run on C&8 for the Candlepin Challenge. All 10 fall. Jeff Surette the winner. 268 to 247. Back for the wrap-up as we look ahead to Comcast Sportsnet next. Wrap-up, and it's 5 alive for Jeff Surette. 5 weeks in a row as champ.
Oh, geez, and Skip put up everything against him. And if he, like he said at the break, if he could bowl in 36 all night long, he might have given him a really good tussle. But right to the final few frames. But again, 5 in a row for Jeff.
And that run of spares, 5, 6, and 7, just
those 2
remarkable
great
bowling.
shots. Yeah.
We'll speak with Jeff in just a second, but standing by with the runner-ups, Trina.
Thank you very much, John. Well, back over here with Glenn and Skip. Glenn, first time on the show. How did it feel bowling on TV for the first time?
I wasn't nervous. I just disappointed. I missed a lot of shots, and I didn't throw the ball I know I'm capable of, but I'll be back, you know.
You'll definitely be back. And $150 for you from the ICBA, so congratulations on that. And Skip, you always have a smile on your face. That's what I love about you. If only we could have kept you on 36 all day.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been great. The pin brought me some luck, but not enough. And Glenn's a great bowler.
Well, you got by Glenn, so that was lucky.
Yeah, he's a great bowler, though. We'll both be back, no doubt about it.
Oh, well, we know we'll see you back again. And $200 for you.
Thank you.
Skip from the ICBA. So thanks for being here today.
Yeah.
Both of you gentlemen, back over to you, John.
Okay, Trina, thank you. And Jeff, you had a tough competitor in Skip today.
Yeah, he kept marking. I had to stay with him. Luckily, I made a couple shots and came out.
just your routine shots to make the 3-4. I said the 3-4. They're quite a ways apart, but it didn't look like.
I got lucky. I'll say that.
Oh, luck. Good.
Yep.
So you weren't trying to do that?
Nope.
Okay.
lot of skill involved, too. Jeff, we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
As we move the show to Comcast Sportsnet next weekend, folks. No longer on CNA. We will see you and Jeff Surette next week right here for the Comcast Sportsnet Candlepin Challenge.